Millad Salehivand, Kimura.se, standing here with the reigning Strikeforce lightweight champion Gilbert Melendez. How are you, sir?
Feeling good, man. Chilling out in Japan.
How come you chose to come to Japan?
I'm here backing up Jake Shields. I'm cornering Jake Shields. He's like, he's my brother. He's been in the team forever. So yeah, I'm backing him up.
Is he an official member of the Scrap Pack?
Oh, dude, he's a founder of the Scrap Pack. He brought me into the whole MMA game to begin with. So yeah, man, he's definitely a general.
Speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about the Cesar Gracie fight camp.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about Nick Diaz and his latest fight.
Yep.
Tell me what you thought about that.
I thought Nick won. I thought he won rounds 1, 2, 3, and 5. I thought 4 was like kind of whatever, But yeah, I thought that, and I thought that he was more aggressor, and I think he thought he was winning, and probably thought he's like maybe could turn it up a little bit more. But he's like, what for? This guy's running. I'm like, why? It's impossible that we can be losing. I really thought that. I could maybe see where they're coming from, but I just thought it was impossible that he was such an aggressor in the fight, that he lost. I don't know. I was pretty baffled. Some guys didn't even give him the 5th round, and he had the most superior position to the fight then, and like the most dominant time of the fight then as well. There was nothing that dominant as then. Anyways, it is what it is. But Nick's cool. He's chilling. He helped Jake train. He was Friday with us before we came out here on Monday. He was training with us Friday, looking great. Kicking ass like always, and yeah.
You think Carlos Condit has received some flack that he probably shouldn't have, or is it justified from your guys' standpoint?
Yeah, he's a great fitter. You know what I mean? I just thought, he was saying someone's gonna, rather get taken out of my shield. I think I can quote him on that. I'm pretty sure I heard that, and he ended up kind of, sticking and moving and avoiding, fighting Nick. But I mean, again, who the hell wants to stand in the middle and fight Nick? That's a pretty tough task to do. I just for some reason thought Condit was up for the challenge and task, and but he changed it up. But Condit's an amazing fighter. You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes you got to choose a different, a game plan for different fighters. And it is what it is. No disrespect. It's just sometimes these fights, I don't know how they score them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I could see how they can score it one way or score it the other, but sometimes they're not consistent. Maybe Nick. Maybe someone else played the stick and move another time and they lost. You know what I mean? So there's other. It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, Nick's cool. Condit's cool. Cesar Gracie fight team all day. You know what I mean? We're doing it.
Nick was very emotional after fight, talking about possibility of retirement. Now he's very, very young. He's just coming into his own. Second stint in the UFC. You think there's some truth to that he probably will be retiring or not?
I think he's a young guy, but he's been in the game for a long time. There's guys who started fighting at 30 and they're 33, but they're only been fighting for 3 years. So this kid's been fighting since 17. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think so. Only because there's a lot of unfinished business for him. You know what I mean? And I don't think he wants to go out like that. But I think it could get frustrating with just politics of fighting. That's just frustrating for probably him. But I would love to see him back, and I think he'll be back. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about you. Now, your last fight was against Jorge Masvidal, Gamebred.
Yep.
Who you got lined up now in Strikeforce?
No one lined up right now. I think I've definitely beat all the Strikeforce fighters. Hopefully, they bring me a pretty big name, is what I'm hoping for. You never know though, but yeah, and I'm happy to be on Strikeforce, and I'm trying to bring some prestige to that organization, or trying to keep that prestige to that organization, and I'm happy to be there, and I believe it'll do me justice.
I got to ask you, more and more guys are heading over to the UFC. You got Fabrizio Verdum, you got Alistair Overeem, just to name a few. Is there a possibility that be happening anytime soon? As you said it, there are no more guys in the Strikeforce division that you could fight.
You know what? I think we might see maybe a UFC guy come over before I go there. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. But that would make sense for me. And I think that's okay. And who knows what'll happen.
Thank you so much for taking your time. Millad Salehivand, Kimura.se, UFC 144 post-media workouts. Thank you, Gilbert. The best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you, man.
I'll see you guys around.